You alright? Welcome back into workshop. Hope you've all had a really good Christmas and eaten way too much. And with the weather being as probably as crap as it has where we are, there's been no flying and more or less more drinking, more building. I think we've had a day, maybe a day and a half's worth of good weather. Other than that, rain, constant rain. But not being too lucky, can't complain. We haven't flooded here. Unfortunately, a lot of people near us and some people I work with have lost absolutely everything they own, including the toys. So, count yourselves lucky. So Christmas break. If I'd have spent as much time working on this as I had staring at it, I'd have finished it. I've been doing nothing, just relaxing, enjoying Christmas, and not building. So back on it. Dug up. I was saying in a previous video that I've had problems fitting the servo. This is the second second elevator. Second elevator, not finished but skinned it, assembled. I was going to do a video on that, but before Christmas when I came to do it, I couldn't find my memory card. I think I'd lent it to someone who needed it, so got on with it anyway. I was in the mood. It's just ready for sanding it shape on this side. Haven't glued these in. I've just been playing before I started the video. Just slotted it, lined them up, and it's ready for servoing, skinning, shaping, sanding, and all that comes with it. Put this one to one side. Now, again, in a previous video, I mentioned fitting the servos. Now, on the rudder, there is enough space to fit the servo within a rib, but the elevators aren't quite as thick, so there's no space. You're effectively cutting the rudder the rib in half, slotting that in, and the servos protrude beyond the end, so they actually go halfway through the skin of the elevator. They only just fit in the rudder, so it was tight, but they've gone in. Now with this, I've dug up a servo again, another servo kicking around for absolutely ages. It was cracked. One of the mounts was cracked, so I sanded it down flat because I don't want to go digging into this. I sanded it down flat just to see if it would fit in. Excuse me. When I put it in, this is for the. It's not mounted on the right way, so we'll have to do that. It does just fit. If I run a piece of balsa over the top, it fits. I mean, it just fits. It touches it. Couldn't fit a piece of paper between that. That's so, and I can't really move it any further away for the mounting, because then, if you can see, you can hear, it does catch. So put it right up here. Maybe recess into this, or sand down these a little bit, just take away any excess. I say excess, to the limit of what's usable, without actually causing problems to where the screws go on that side. On this side, I'm going to make a bracket. I'll make it in balsa first, so I can cut and hack and sand to make a nice template. Once the template's in, and I'm happy with it, I'll then put in hardwood, plywood. Too much doing nothing Christmas. Brain's not working. One day back at work and brain farts, nothing but brain farts. So once it's done, you apply, spruce something nice and strong. I'll have a support up there, and this side, I don't know. It's cutting it fine. I may be able to slide it out and make some sort of support to hold it in. But when I put it in, whenever I decide to mount it, I'm going to stick a dob of latex glue. I've got a big tub of Elmer's latex glue, and so it doesn't really soak into the balsa too badly, so I've got to stick it on here so it'll hold it in place, so I'm not shifting it around a lot, and it'll hold it there. And if it doesn't come off, then it's a soft glue, it's a rubber glue. You can either have hard or soft mounts on these, so all it does is, it's an extra bit of soft support. If I was to use a harder glue, if I tried taking it off, I'd probably pull the skin off, make a mess of it. So the rubber glue on it just to support it, but just hold it in place really, so it doesn't do anything. And I'll give you a video when I get back to it. So this is just a video to get back into the rhythm after Christmas. I'll show you I have done one bit of flying, and I'll show you my adventures in FPV. Little Hubsan still is a little bit of a Hubsan. Flying around happily. Made the mistake of looking up from the controller where the screen is to try and spot the aircraft, looking back down, looking back up, and I lost it for a second. I hit a hawthorn bush and it sliced the front off. It made a right mess. I glued it back on, but then I realised that in this front circuit board where the camera goes, there's bits missing off it. The cameras, the soldering on the cameras knackered. There's parts of the circuit on the back of them missing. So rip all this out at a later date and put all fresh gear in it. Just, a better camera, maybe a better antenna. So I wouldn't recommend one. I've had nothing but trouble with it. Nothing but trouble. But you get what you pay for. You get a lot of good value, cheap stuff, but well, there's value and there's cheap, and this was cheap. So yeah, I'll come with that later. And my flying sucked, so I can't really blame the aircraft on that occasion. But loads of problems, signal loss and things like that. It's really, really particular about virtually pointing the controller at it all the time. So I've been reading up on it about things to change, antennas and things. So I may do a video on it later, as and when I get around to it. But back to a bigger plane. So yeah, I'll be working on this, and I'll show you what I come up with once I've finally got a mount for it. And I have the other set of plans around here somewhere for the wings and all the body parts. For the main wings, they're all on the same piece of plan. Now, printing out in A0, fortunately, I am not going to have to tape it together. Just the way the overlaps worked, only one piece of the body out of both wings, both sides of the body, the fuselage, go over the overlap. So I don't have to faff around lining them up or anything like that, which is brilliant. Saves a load of time. But if they're not quite, if they're not quite printed out perfectly, and bit up at the top lines up, bit up at the bottom doesn't, and they're slightly out, then the next piece is slightly out, it can be all over the shop. If you ever tried printing them out on A4 or A3 and had to do sort of 15-20 sheets, into 3 rows of 5, you can know how far out you can get by the time you get to the last one. So I'll get on with that. Whilst I'm doing this, I'll also be drawing in some tabs so I can mount up the wings, so I can have them all nice and straight and supported, unlike I do with this one. This elevator, I did it with the other one but didn't on this one. I just got on with building it. So anyway, enough of me gibbering. I'll try and get a video up within the week of what I do with this, and I shall see you next time.